Okay. YouTube, you're killing me here. Alrighty. Am I on there? There we go. Welcome to How to Do Basic Form 3 for Tang Soo Do, mirrored. I'm Chris Rockhold at Rockhold Karate. Today I'm going to do a mechanical walkthrough of Basic Form 3. So how I'm going to do that is mirroring how the student would normally do it. So when I do this today, if you're watching on your phone or tablet or whatever, you'll be able to follow along. You'll go the correct direction. I'm actually going to start right. Tang Soo, how's it going? So, the basic form 3 is one of the more interesting of the basic forms because form 1 introduces you to one stance, 중고자세, front stance. And then it repeats that in the second form. So there's no stance changes, same front stance for those two forms. Now, when you get into basic form 3, you end up with 3 stance changes. So you'll start off with 후고자세, which is back stance. Then you'll move into 중고자세, front stance. And then down the middle of the form, we'll be doing 기마자세, horse stance. So you'll be transitioning from 1 to 3 different stances. And that's what's the more interesting part of this. So the other challenge of this form will be staying more consistent with your height. So as you're a beginner, that's going to be more challenging. As you advance, a more advanced student should stay more even keeled. The form itself is comprised of 20 movements, and so you'll have the 3 stance changes along the way, but really all you're going to be doing is a middle punch, and inside-outside block, and low block, as always. So hadan maki, aniso pakara maki, and chindango kick, also known as winjingo kick when doing it in a horse stance. With that, I'm going to go get going here. So we'll do a walkthrough nice and easy, and together if anybody's watching. So get in position. I'm going to take my glasses off so I can still see from back there. All right. So starting off here, chariat kine bao, chumbi jase. I'm going to look your left to my right and do hugo jase yap maki or aniso pakara maki, inside outside block in back stance. From here, I'm going to move forward, so I'll extend my hand out and step into chungo jase, front stance, and chindanko kick, middle punch. We're going to repeat these same 2 techniques going the other way. So I'll cover and pivot into back stance and extend out and punch in front stance. Looking down the middle, we'll cover up, bring the foot in and out to chungo jase, front stance, and hadan maki, low block. From here, I'm going to extend out and step into kima jase, horse stance, doing winjinko kick, side punch. I'm going to do 2 more, and the third one. From here, I'm going to rotate around 270 degrees into hugo jase, yap maki. And then extend the hand, step into chungo jase, hugo jase, yap maki. And I'm going to step into chungo jase, chindanko kick, middle punch, and then we'll go back the other way. Back stance, inside outside block, and then extend out, front stance, middle punch. Back down the middle, cover, bring the foot in and out to front stance and low block. Extend the hand, horse stance, side punch, 1, 2, and 3. This will be a kiap at the end. From here, I'm going to cover again and pivot into hugo jase, yap maki, inside outside block. Stepping forward, middle punch, and repeat that sequence one more time. Behind me, 180 degrees and block, and step punch into front stance. Looking to the front, back to chumbi jase, chariat kine bao. And that is Gicho Hyung Sam Bu mirrored. So there it is. Let me get my glasses so I can see you guys if there's any chatting going on or any questions. There you go. So, as you can see, a little more interesting form than basic form 1 or 2. Form 1 is pretty straightforward. You'll do front stance the whole time in low block and middle punch. So it's actually only 2 different techniques that you're doing. 1 stance, 20 movements. With form 2, we go into Haranmaki, as always, from the beginning. And then you'll do a high punch. And then you'll go back down the middle, low block, and up with high blocks. So high blocks are introduced in form 2. And then with form 3, you get introduced to inside-outside block. And we go back to middle punches. And then you get introduced to horse stance side punch. So that gives you the 3 different stances to operate from. And it's teaching you how to transition between those stances. Like I said, the main objective, once you get the pattern down, is trying to stay level with your stances, not to bounce up and down. You'll see that a lot with newer students, is they will come up and then come back down for some reason. It's one of those you just work on it, work with a student on. So one thing to keep in mind, if you have a mirror practicing it, then you can watch your technique, your stances, and try not to bop up and down, as it were. So basic form 3 originated out of Japanese style martial arts. Some will argue that they were created by Grandmaster Hwang or Hwang, but he modified the existing forms slightly. Like I said, I needed to talk to a Shotokan practitioner and kind of compare notes to see what kind of variations were done over the years. So it's always fascinating to get feedback and have interesting conversations with other practitioners that are open to it. Some are not, which is unfortunate. But I cross-train a lot, so I'm lucky enough to come across people that are more open-minded about things. But it's not one style is better than the other, it's how are they related to each other and how can you improve upon your technique and become a better practitioner. So that's it for today. The next live video I do will probably be Pyung Ahn Shodan mirrored. I think that one will be okay. I've got the other forms on the channel, so you can go check those out. They're different playlists by grouping. So if you're looking for Pyongyans, those are in their own playlist. If you're looking for chill songs, they have their own playlist, Nahanji, so on and so forth. So thanks for hanging out. So that is Gicho Hyung Sam Bu. And until next time, keep sharpening your mind, your body, and your character. Take it easy.